The interface is called Controller Ring. It allows the user to play with various environmental sounds from the nature and human activity on different channels. The majority of them are connected with raining weather and water flow, with the possibility to control the volume of each channel and select what kind of sound should be playing from a couple of options. The user can choose whether to play these channels by themselves or mix them together to create an event. Overall, there will be 3 controllable values for this interface: what to play, when to play, and how to play the sound. The user will be able to manipulate with these 3 events using a mouse and a board with conductive materials drawn on it and connected to Makey, which is powered and connected to the PC. There are 10 inputs on Makey being used for this interface, 6 on the back and 4 arrow keys at the front. These inputs are connected with 10 conductive pencil drawn buttons on the board, which includes all the 8 environmental sound channels of the interface, and an mute and unmute button, with the attempt to make button setup comfortable for the user to press on. The user's hand will be connected to the ears of Makey using a conductive wire, so when the fingertips touch the button, a circuit loop will be completed. There are 2 kinds of buttons designed for the environmental sound. The buttons in circle, which the player has to leave their finger on it in order to make the sound keep playing, otherwise the sound will just stop. And the button in the shape of water drop. It is for the ring sound, which is supposed to be the main sonic event of this interface. The user only needs to press on it once when each time selects a different ring sound, and that sound will just loop by itself, which will be talked about in more details in the programming part of the presentation. Here's a demonstration of what the user can do with the panel on the screen, only using the mouse to select what type of sound to play and its volume. Each box inside of the radio contains one type of that environmental sound. For instance, the ring sound offers 3 options to the user, whether it's light, moderate, or heavy rain. By assigning these options, I hope the interface will be able to generate some more realistic sounds with variations. The user needs to tick the radio boxes and adjust the volume bar before play the sounds by putting fingers on the conductive buttons.
I've now got £10. London City.
For the programming components of the interface, start the sonic interaction, which is the unmute button and the mute button are both connected to DSP. So it's more convenient and one less step for the user in case if the user never has any experience with PER data before. All the 3 types of ring sound are edited into 2 minutes length, and the looping effect is achieved by using Metro. The radio is connected to set$1, and ring sound files are named after 0, 1, and 2. Slider sent a number between 0 and 1 to control the volume, and eventually the signal is sent to the speaker through bop reverb. For the circle buttons, which the player has to keep their fingers on for the sound to keep playing, they are achieved with key up. Furthermore, the output number of radio box for each sound channel is adjusted into different numbers using max lib scale in a factor of 10. So even if the radio only sends out integers from 0, each sound channel would have a different set of numbers being collected by set$1 and open$1 WAV. The 4 arrow keys signal is connected using key name and further filtered using root, sending 1 out as key press and 0 out as key up. The design environment for this interface will be somewhere like a kid's playroom. The interface is simple to understand. The user will also be able to complete the basic interactions by only pressing on the buttons, clicking the boxes, and sliding the sliders if it's not a touchable screen, without the possibility to fail end interaction. Since all the sounds from this interface are related to one theme, so any set or match of them would end up making sense from each other. By designing this interface, I hope to achieve the results of being able to generate environmental sound related to rain and water flow in many variations with some really simple press and click interactions, but also comes with the possibility to adjust these sounds in more details if the user wants.